And what I have to say follows on quite neatly from a global perspective to a very local one. And that's because that's what we try to do, apply digital technology and social media to local problems. And we've learned that the best way to do that is tell a story. And that at best is what social media is all about. Telling stories and sharing experiences. Telling stories to learn a new skill, to influence, to inspire, to enable, to create a positive change. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so with all good stories, I'll start at the beginning. In 1988, a man approached my desk at the local authority that I worked in then and deposited a box. This was when local authorities still had typing tools, to which you took your draft correspondence on typing to be typed up in triplicate using that old-fashioned blue carbon paper. I think it's only British high street banks that still use that. Inside was a computer, the first one I'd ever got my hands on. Fast forward to 10 years to 1999, the year that I started Jago. Jago is a very small, community-based, not-for-profit enterprise. We vary between 5 and 10 staff, depending on the season, turnover about £250,000 a year. For a long time, we operated as a traditional project-based community enterprise, delivering face-to-face services across a wide variety of agendas. But I've witnessed the Big Bang in the city, way back in 88, 89, when the City of London switched to online trading. And here we were 20 years later, in 2010. My thoughts were, where's our Big Bang? Where's our black box? Where's a black box that would make local CDSOs 10 times more efficient at what we do? The answer came from several linked and radical changes. A price drop in tablet computers, making them practical to use en masse. The rollout of Wi-Fi, enabling free access to the internet. And the availability of cheap digital cameras that could produce great content enabled by onboard edit software. With this, we were ready to join the dots. We developed the E3 project. Luckily for us, Mokolog, the Ministry of Housing, Communities, Local Government, had an appetite for risk and were willing to invest in different ways of working. For some years, the charity partners we worked with run traditional ESOL, fixed venues, set times, paid tutors, coping with maybe 12 people at a time. The challenge was take that online and try and benefit thousands of people at a reasonable cost, maintaining the quality. In practical application, we found that the use of film and storytelling led us towards very different ways of learning. We developed a 24-episode mini soap opera called London is Home, using mentor actors followed by virtual teachers and an online learning community. We first distributed 750 free computers in tablet form, but later on we relied on a responsive website as smartphones became ubiquitous. In total, the E3 project engaged with about 7,500 learners across 18 boroughs in London. Fresh from that experience, we decided to create an influencer brand, and the Super Sisters project was born, available on Instagram and more recently our YouTube channel. Super Sisters is a much more simple concept. It's a showcase. It's a platform that celebrates the achievements of successful British Muslim women. In the past year, we've made 114 unique short videos showcasing the achievements of 125 successful Muslim women in different fields from all walks of life. We've achieved over 1.6 million impressions, 250,000 videos, and have been played 114,000 times. In addition, we've trained over 400 young people in East London in community filmmaking. The Clean Slate feasibility project really tested our ambition. The UK has shamefully, by far, the worst recidivist rate in Europe, and the probation service in the UK is in crisis. The prison service is slowly coming around to the concept of using digital tech within the prison estate. But the real challenge is matching that to the over-gate support after release seamlessly and progressively. The time that prisoners have in open prisons preparing for release is immensely valuable. Education officers with whom we undertook a proof of concept study can introduce the Clean Slate to the prisoners in that time. On release, the tablet becomes the prisoner's property. It has 3 sections, and you can hit the landing page to see what they are. But the Clean Slate project could stand as a rehabilitation tool alone. But the real challenge is getting the tablet rated for in-use prison. And that's a doable but hard process. We've proven its potential, and the focus groups really want it. We're now seeking funding to try and take it into the prisons. What lessons do I have from my experience? There are 3 please. 1, government departments, do your work. Develop a robust evaluation system that you can rely on, where you can assess value for money for online social projects. The lack of this in this very risk-averse environment is setting back projects that could radically improve outcomes. Funders take risks, back feasibility projects using online delivery. The private sector does it all the time. We need to be equally agile and ambitious in seeking new values. And finally, if anyone in the audience is sitting there thinking our products are worthwhile, email me, come and see us. We're always looking to work in partnership with other groups. Thank you very much.